All right, Margie Aliprandi, I'm super excited to introduce you to everyone on this call, and I feel so honored. I just feel so honored because Margie is, she's a big deal. I'm just going to say it, Margie, you're a big deal. I'll give you a proper introduction if I can get the words out, but she's been with our legacy company. She started with our legacy company 35 years ago. She's built a global business. She's an author, a speaker. She spoke on some of the biggest stages, including the likes of Eric Worre. She's actually one of the top earning females in our profession. She's married, has 4 kids, 11 grands, 1 more on the way. She hails from Salt Lake City, San Diego, Mexico, wherever she feels like being, because she builds a business that can go along with her from any beach, from any fun resort, from any property around the world. Margie is building. And Margie, I call her Mama Margie. I think we all do. She's the mama of Modair.
I'll take it.
Girl, I love you so much. And I'm just so honored that you're here. And I can't wait for you to share, of course, more of your story. And then we'll get into the specifics on kind of why Modair, why now. But go ahead, Margie.
Mindy, you are such a freaking rock star. You bring so much beauty and energy to these calls, and thank you. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I'm almost afraid to mess it up. And I want to also say a giant thanks to John and Michelle and just everybody, Sean, everybody that comes together to make these calls on Saturday possible. Seriously, they are a mainstay for me. And I'd love that John and Michelle open these up to the whole company, anyone who wants to come. And it's one of the things I love so much about Modair, that we really are a family. And, I know that probably companies say that, but this is true. We live it over here. And, I was thinking about what I could offer that would be of value to you this morning. The word legacy comes to mind. And I think, people are drawn to this business for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes they have a tremendous health concern, and products change their life, and they start talking to people, right? Sometimes people have some immediate financial need, and they want to create a leveraged income. Sometimes people just want to make a difference in the world. Sometimes people are drawn by community. But whatever it is, I think there's a part in every single one of us that wants to leave this earth a better place than when we found it. Oh, I get emotional. Excuse me. I get emotional when I say that, because to be able to make a contribution that changes people's lives, not just your own, right? Of course, you could start with your own, but to be able to make a difference where you, in retrospect, can see the ripple effect of your life and the lives that you've touched. I mean, I think that is just, I think that rests in every single one of our hearts. And so part of what I want to talk to you about, I will tell my story really briefly, but I want to talk to you about creating a legacy, not just a legacy business, but a legacy life. And so that you have a little background on me, 34, almost 35. In August, it will be 35 years ago that I was at a crossroads. I've heard in everyone's story, you hear a little bit of, maybe I was looking for something. And my situation was that I was a single mom with 3 little kids. Those kids were 5, 4, and 2 years of age at the time. I'm a junior high school music teacher. I did not want to go back to teaching junior high school, not because I didn't love music, not because I didn't love the kids, but because I didn't want to leave my children at home. I didn't want to miss their growing up years. And so with this kind of pit in my stomach, I signed a teaching contract and still was searching for something. And that something came into my life 3 weeks before school started. And when I saw this full picture of what was possible from a financial standpoint, from a product standpoint, I canceled my teaching contract and I jumped in with both feet. I didn't have any understanding about business. I had 3 little kids. I didn't have money to build a business with, but I came in with a resolute decision, and I want to call that a whatever it takes decision. So if you find yourself searching for something, or you find yourself even in the business. Let me just say this. There's the day you get in the business, and then there's the day that the business gets in you. When it becomes your way, not just to make some extra money, but it becomes your platform to make a difference in the world, right? Those two things, getting in the business and getting the business in you, don't always happen at the same time. And so what I want to encourage you to do is to make that whatever it takes decision, jump in with both feet, just like I did. And I can promise you, yes, there will be ups and downs. Yes, there will be challenges. Yes, I mean, I've experienced a lot in the short time that I've been here, right? Like sometimes products come and go. People that you pour your heart and soul into, and, maybe they change their mind and they go, right? Like comp plan will change from time to time. The company name has changed. Management teams come and go. I mean, anything worth having in life, there will be a moment when you stand at a crossroad again, and you either have the tenacity, the resilience, the grit to keep going and to plant your flag, and or you go, oh, too hard. Guess what? Pick your hard, because what I want to share with you is that I look back on that young girl that made that decision all those years ago, and I'm not even remotely that same person. And I want to thank her for somehow having the strength and the vision and the resilience and the intention to stay the course, to plant the flag, to endure the ups and downs, right, to where I am today. Now, you guys, I don't know, I get so dang emotional when I talk about my family. But my children at the time were 5, 4, and 2 years of age. I later had another child, and my children now are 41, 40, 38, and 31. And they have children of their own. And I look at the legacy I've created, not just a financial legacy, but a mindset legacy. I see how my children think. I see how entrepreneurial they've become, how they see things in a big way. They've got big goals. They've got big dreams. They watched this scrappy mom who was just freaking trying to figure it out. And somewhere along the line, they learned that they could go after their dreams too. And then I watched these young grandkids, Mindy. Mindy mentioned I have got 11 grandkids, a 12th one on the way in October. The oldest is 7. And so I look at this life that I've been able to create for myself and for these young ones. 3 weeks ago, I was in Delaware with my 3 grandkids there. Last week, I was in Salt Lake City with my grandbabies there, 3 of them. Last night, I was tending grandbabies in San Diego. And, all of this would not have been possible on a school teacher's salary. And so I'm so grateful that I made the decision that I remade that decision every single day, and that I have not only impacted my own life, but really hundreds of thousands of people's lives around the world are better because that 32, 34-year-old girl said yes and said yes every day. And, in retrospect, Mindy, I see the divine purpose, even of the challenges. And sometimes the biggest, I want to quit moments, the hardest things, I look back and I see everything happened for a reason. And sometimes the hardest things brought the biggest blessings. There were plenty of reasons to quit. Actually, I had plenty of reasons to not even get started. But I started and I stayed. So tell me, should we jump into why Modere, why now, why social retail, all of that kind of stuff? Or do you have any questions you want to ask before we go there?
I wanted to touch on something real quick that you said, and I want you guys to write this down and just put it on your heart. There is a day that you get into business, and there's the day that the business gets into you. And it all starts with, Margie, a decision. And, a decision means to cut off, right? Like you made a decision and you decided what you wanted for your family. And yes, it's hard. And yes, there's work. And yes, there's all those things. But boy, oh boy, what an incredible business and impact you've made in the world. And my friend, you're not done yet. I mean, there is so much more to go. And so much, girl. I mean, the wisdom that comes out of your mouth, it just gives me the goosebumps and the tears and the whole thing. So yes, so Margie, you go for it. You take the gloves off and tell everybody, why Modere and why now. I'm so excited.
Okay. All right, my love. Let me start this by saying that Steve Jobs says that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. Sometimes you can't see it when you're in it. But what I want to say is with 35 years of dots to connect, I just want you to know that I have a lot of data that I can look at now, and I know what works, and I know what doesn't work, and I know what we have in our hands, and I know the more perspective that you have, the more you can remain calm in the eye of any storm. And plus, you know what, if you never went through any challenges, how on earth could you mentor people through their challenges? I mean, part of what's happening for you as you build your social retail business is who you're becoming, right? In any moment, it is so much more important who you are being than anything you're saying and doing. And I say this as preface to this next little portion that we'll dive into why social retail, why now, because you guys have seen it all. I've seen companies come and go for so many decades, and I know what it takes for a company to make a big difference on the planet. And that is what Modere is. When we set together in 2013, we had some very specific objectives. We wanted to create a model where more people could win. More success, write this down, more success for more people. We wanted to create a home for everyone. And you guys, we have done it. What was a vision, a glimmer of an idea in 2013 is a reality now. And, so let me just kind of go down the laundry list here. Social retail. We are the first ever social retail company. Now, I don't want that to seem like an esoteric phrase to you. Social retail, what we realized, even back in 2013, is there were some very strong trends. The trend of social shopping, people sharing with people, affiliate kinds of programs, all of this was a trend that was beginning. Social media, being able to leverage those social platforms, all of these things, e-commerce, people were changing the way that they were buying. And when that shift began to happen in 2013, there was literally $500 billion up for grabs for the company that can meet a consumer where they live. And so as we looked at this whole amazing complexity and trends, we decided to create a model that had never existed before, with our primary goal being more people to win. And so what we realized is if we could create a true home for customers, a place where customers want to come and shop for the best products, clean label products, hero products that could change their life, amazing weight management products, if we could create a true customer value proposition, if you're taking notes, write that down, true customer value proposition, then we could attract the world. We could be competitive as the most appealing e-commerce brand on the planet. This is where we're going, my friends. When you look across the board at other network marketing and direct sales companies, they're not even our competition. They're not our competition. Our objective, our vision is to be the most viral consumer brand on the planet. And so we knew if we could make a home for customers with amazing promotions, if we could even incentivize customers to share so that they got benefits by sharing, that we would have, for the first time ever, customers duplicating. So all of this, my friends, first ever social retail company. Now, we said at the time, this is the brand that everyone will be chasing. Guess what? It became such. People are looking over their shoulders from other companies going, what are they doing over there? How do they have so many people winning? Because we have the first ever social retail company. Now, I want to share one thing, and then we'll kind of blitz through the rest of the reasons why Modere, why now. But interestingly, when we were putting this together in 2013, officially launched Modere in 2014, about a decade ago, one of our executives that was an important architect of the brand at the time said, I hope you realize, my friends, the strength of our position. No one will ever be able to compete with us. He went on to say that if you look at the big existing companies, you can't bolt social retail on to an existing company. It has to be in the fabric, in the framework. We were able to take this company to the floorboards and build this back up with all of the incentives. You know, people are going to do what they're incentivized to do with commissions, and we needed to build this in from the bottom up. We had that luxury. So no big company could ever just become a social retail company, and a new company, a brand new startup, doesn't have the ability to offer a true value proposition for a customer. There are those words again, true value proposition for a customer, because they could never capitalize 100 products. They can't start a startup with 100 products. And if you want a true value proposition for customers, you've got to have a broad spectrum offering of products. And so no one ever will compete with us. We are the first. Anybody can try to copy us. Good luck. No one will ever fully compete. Also, my friends, we have the Live Clean mission. Go ahead. Did you want to say something, Mindy?
No. Well, and forgive me, I just wanted to echo, and I'm just taking a massive amount of notes, and I just want to echo this just to what you said on the customer side. For those people who are kind of nerds like me and like numbers, I just want to touch on something that you said about our customer acquisition and really giving these customers the opportunity to just purchase product. 85% of our volume, I love this stat, 85% of our volume comes from customers, and 35% of that comes from customers that have been referred. And so Margie, you nailed it, and I'm so glad you're, again, really getting into kind of the nitty-gritty. Where's the business conversation, my friends? And I love that because
you heard that. You heard that, right? Like, we have cracked the code that no one else has ever done. Literally, each month, our new volume, 30% of it, comes from a customer, not a marketer, a customer sharing with another customer, right? Insane. So add to that, and thank you, my darling. Thank you for jumping in with that. Add to that we've got a Live Clean mission. My friends, you know, there's a certain personality type that is very much drawn to mission. They're not as drawn by money. They're not as drawn by parties and trips or whatever, but they're here to make a difference. We have a mission. We had a mission in 1987 to give personal care products that were free from toxic ingredients, long before people cared about this. People were barely reading food labels when we were offering a line of clean label, daily essential and household products, right? So our products are life-changing. You guys know how amazing our collagen sciences are. I've been known to say that you could take away every physical asset that I have, and if you'll leave me the collagen, I will be a millionaire again. I love this product. In all of the products I've worked with, this is such a life-changing, broad-spectrum, beneficial product. And you guys, ongoing product innovation. You realize we make our own products. We manufacture. So we control every step of the process. When you pick a product off of a store shelf, that store didn't do any independent testing. They don't know if that label claim is accurate, right? We do. We control the product every step of the way. And you know what? We are a category creator. We're a category creator with the Live Clean Sciences. We're a category creator with collagen. We're a category creator with our amazing gut health, brain, gut access. Our products in that category creators. And if you had any idea, I want to tell you I have been privy to the 2 to 3 year plan of products that are coming. Insane, you guys. We will always be ahead of the pack. Dual-sided compensation plan. Wish I had longer to go into that. This is how everyday people are winning, is because of this very unique compensation plan that we have. Guys, we're governed by core values that truly we endeavor to live by: compassionate, authentic, humble, extraordinary, disruptive, vibrant. Like if you're looking for a community you want to align with, let me just say this: welcome home. Welcome home. We have an amazing culture and the best leaders on the planet. Literally, our leaders lineup reads like the who's who of network marketing. Tools and systems for duplication. We've got a global company. You can literally make money. You could know somebody in Canada who knows someone in Australia, who knows somebody in Europe, who knows someone in India, and you can get paid on all of it. We have an amazing North American team, and our executive branch, oh my gosh, Nate Fraser is the guy to take us to $1 billion. And so what I want you to realize, I've gone too long. I'm gonna wrap it up and pass it back to you, Mindy. But what I want you to realize is that you hold a gift in your hands. Some aspect of this gift, I want you to hold your head high and throw your shoulders back and realize that we've got something that no one else has. No one on the planet has social retail with all of these amazing things. You are, in fact, the modern Santa Claus. So go forth with that attitude and create your legacy life, starting with yourself and spreading across the globe. Mindy, I'm going to turn it back to you. I'm sorry I took so long here. Love you guys. Thanks for having me this morning.
I mean, come on. Yeah, it's not very often that I'm without words, but you kind of leave me a little speechless. I'm getting recruited all over again. Sign me up again. I'm in again.
Right.
Thank you for your time and your wisdom. And again, that business conversation, friends. If you're here and you're open to checking out the business, we went deep. I mean, that was a deep conversation and some really great, again, from a foundational business perspective, what we've created and what Margie's been a part of for the last 35 years. She's seen it all. She's done a lot of it. She's been around the tables having these conversations, and she's right. I'll never forget real quick. I was sitting at my very first social retail conference I went to in 2019. I sat in the back of that room, having been in network marketing for 3 years, and I sat back there listening to the speakers talk, and I thought, there's nothing like this. There's nothing like this. I couldn't believe what I was hearing from how different social retail was in the traditional network marketing. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Actually, that segues right into my next guest, Cheryl. But Margie, I love you, appreciate you. God bless you, and thank you so much for all of what you shared.
Love you too, darling.
Yeah, love you. And forgive me, guys. I forgot to mention, and how could I forget? Elite 3 Platinum 1. Her team's done over 400,000 in a month in volume. So something else I want you guys to think of, again, if you're really open to checking out this business, when you hear, I'm going to talk a little bit about ranks with Cheryl and with Lindsay coming in to this call as well. There are people out there in this beautiful world that want the products that we have. When you lead a team that does over 400,000 in volume in a month, these are products that the marketplace really wants. So be mindful of that as well.